Today we're going to show you guys how to make a Chipotle inspired bowl. These ingredients are those that are my favorites to put in my Chipotle bowl, including pico de gallo and how I use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream to save fats, steak, fajita veggies, black beans, and cilantro lime rice. By making these bowls at home, you'll be saving about $2.75 per bowl. I will also give price breakdowns at certain points of this video to show how much it costs.
Hey guys, we're about to do an epic pico de gallo making process recipe. Chipotle food prep. So first things first, we're gonna cut up all the tomatoes and then put them in this bowl. And the size you chop them in is your choice. So I'm just gonna chop them up to the size that I know like my pico. Guys, so I used about 5, 6, 7, just let's see, 8 Roma tomatoes. That's good enough for me because I know this is gonna get more voluminous as I add the onions and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weigh this now. So I already weighed the plastic container. I know this weighs 151 grams. I'm gonna weigh the tomatoes in there, minus that, and figure out how many tomatoes I got in here. Okay guys, so I calculated that it is 722 grams right there of tomatoes. And I'm gonna write that down because later I'm gonna input it on MyFitnessPal and figure out what the macros are for this pico de gallo. Next we're gonna do some jalapeños. I already cleaned these. I'm gonna do one first and see how that looks before I add the other. If you don't like it spicy, take out the seeds. So I'm not sure. Then we're gonna keep the seeds in this one because I kind of like it more spicy. I'm gonna cut them, mince them up real small. You guys, that's going enough. I'm gonna put this on the side because I don't want to add it right now because I want to do the onions before I add the jalapenos so I know what the volume is that I'm working with. Now we're gonna do an onion. If you guys aren't familiar with cooking onions, what I like to do is I like to take off the 2 ends you're not going to use first. And then I will like lightly cut the side like that. This is just a trick I taught myself. I like to peel all this off quick like that. Instead of spending time trying to peel it. Whatever. Keep these side bags, throw your garbage in. Okay, now we're gonna cut this onion into work with half an onion, add it on there, and see how it looks before I just go ahead and start adding everything in there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start adding some onion. What I did right there is I weighed it again, so it was 968 grams, and I'm going to minus the amount for the tomatoes and the container, and that's how I'm going to figure out how many grams of red onions went in there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start adding the jalapenos. I like things real spicy, you guys, so I just might end up adding all of it. So I put half, and then mix it. And if you're familiar with Chipotle, you can just kind of base it off how their pico looks. That's what I'm kind of doing right now. I'm not a pico expert. I think we use this for the thing. Start mixing with this spoon just because I don't want to bruise. And you know how tomatoes get weird texture after mixing too much. So I think that's perfect, you guys, right there. Okay. Next, we're gonna cut up the cilantro. I love the smell of cilantro. So we're just gonna do about a cup, and that looks like about a cup. So what I like to do is I like to scrunch it up together, little leaves like this, and then just start cutting from the beginning. Once you start getting here, it's not really as many leaves, so just keep working with the leaves. I'm just gonna roughly chop it up. Then we're gonna start adding it to our mixture. I like cilantro. I'm just gonna have the whole thing. Then we're gonna mix it one more time. It takes patience making your own pico, but it's rewarding once you do it. And I just like to make my own so I know exactly what's going in there. It's just a good experience to just make certain things from scratch. Okay, that's what it looks like, you guys. Looking better and better. Now we're gonna get our one line, we're gonna cut that in half. I'm gonna clean my line. I like to cut it actually in quarters. It makes it easier to squeeze the juice out. Like that. Now we're gonna start squeezing the juice into this mixture. And the smell of fresh lime. Fresh vegetables, you guys. Also from the Korean side, we have lots and lots of vegetables. Now mix it one more time. I want to keep saying one more time. We're just gonna keep mixing this. That's what it looks like. How pretty is that, you guys? All those colors and all those vitamins. So next we're gonna add salt. I'm just gonna add salt. You guys add salt till it tastes good to you, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep adding and tasting. that looks. I'm gonna keep it in this container, seal it up, and that is the pico portion. And then just wanted to get this one over with, and now we're gonna get the meat marinated. So I got 2 pounds of beef top round steak. I thought this is the most similar to what I think Chipotle has, and it's not too high in fat. So I'm going to pre-season it. Some salt. The basic salt, pepper, just the basic components. And this is their steak seasoning. Other side. This is not really marinating it, we're just pre-seasoning it. Here it is, you guys, 2.5 pounds of steak pre-seasoned. I'm gonna wrap this up and put it in the fridge. Alright, so you guys, next we're gonna do the rice. Before that, I gotta show you why I do what I do. So I always make a generic like Monday on here, and I'll just kind of guess what I want for that day and to see how I'll fit in. But according to all my calculations and what I want to fit in for the week, I can't have 3/4 serving of rice. I only can have half a serving. So this is the rice that I use. So we're gonna measure like the half serving times 5. So let me calculate that for you. So let's see. I'm gonna do this. Half a serving is 25 grams. 25 times 5. So that's 125 grams we're gonna measure. And they're being lazy about the seal right here. The rice cooker container there. So turn it on. And let's start scooping the rice out here. Another thing I'm doing is for the beans. Here they are. Take some math, but I don't want to waste food, you guys. One of these has 3.5 servings. So what I did was, I know one serving is 130 grams. So I times 130 grams by 3.5, divided that by 5, and that will give me 91 grams per day. So that way we don't waste this whole can and have to open another can. So here we go, you guys. We got our can. We got our scale right here. And we got 5 of my food containers. These are the ones I use in 3 compartment. You can use whatever Tupperware container you like. That's what we're gonna do. And the reason why we're not gonna pre-mix it with everything is, you know, those ingredients all mixed up together, they don't go well for like a whole week just sitting in your fridge like that. So first container on here, turn it on. Then we're gonna start measuring till it hits, let's just do 80 grams a piece first. Let's see how that turns out. So I calculated, since we're short, we're gonna need 60 grams per container, so we're just gonna adjust, you guys. And that's what it looks like, you guys. 5 containers of black beans. Now we're gonna top them off with some garlic powder. Let's get garlic powder. We're not gonna boil them because we're gonna microwave them before we eat them. That way. do is, since it separates and whatnot in the container, mix it all up like this. And I calculated I'm going to need about 2 ounces per little container, so let's start. I'm going to need 2 ounces, it's going to be around 56 grams. So we're going to wash these and then we're going to start slicing them. I'll show you guys. Doing. And I'm also getting these pans heated right now. First, what I do is I cut in half. There you go. And then I take all this out. Guys, bell peppers take forever. I want them nice and soft, so anyway, we're gonna start adding the onions. Because onions don't take long at all to caramelize. So, do that. I'm gonna do that for the other one too. Hey guys, I would say that is about done. So a couple more minutes and then I'm going to pour it into this plate and then we're going to do more. So that cut some more. Like everything, you guys, how do we season everything in Greek's kitchen? With garlic. We're going to use some flavor garlic seasoning, garlic seasoning, and then put it all over. Mix it up. Get all the batches in here. Beautiful, right? The last of the bell peppers are basically done. We're gonna throw them in this plate, season them up, mix them all together, and then we're gonna start putting them in our containers later. Like the rice weighs 300 grams, so what we're going to do is we're going to divide 300 by 5, and that's about how much we're going to put per container. Let me pause this, I'm watching a documentary in the background. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to put some lime in there and some cilantro, mix it up, put some garlic powder of course, and then we're going to check back with you guys. Rice right there. Then we're going to start off with 1 lime slice. Okay, that turned out really good, you guys. So now I'm going to start measuring out in the little containers. Got both pans heating up. I cleaned them medium high. We're going to turn them down back to medium. We're going to spray them with pan spray and add our steaks. So let's start that. Another one here. Okay. Get the steak. Got some big pieces, you guys. Look at that. One. It's gonna be really good. 2 right there. Let's do that. Start with that. And then we're going to set a timer. What I like to do is gauge it 4 minutes first on one side, and then we'll see it from there. Look at that potato. It's only been 2 minutes, but we're going to flip them. We're just going to do 3 minutes on the other side. And then see how it looks, you guys. It's real good right there, you guys. Okay guys, I cut one open, medium. That's what we want. So that's good. Put that on the side, and we're going to start our next batch. Okay, this is what it looks like, you guys. All the meat in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of teriyaki sauce, just a little bit, and mix it in for more flavor. Okay guys, first we're going to measure out the fajita veggies. So I'm going to grab the same size plate I have, and this is going to zero out my scale. And we're going to put them, let's just do ounces, so here we go. Then we're going to put the same plate with all the veggies. So that's 18.7 ounces. And then we're going to divide that by 5. So it's going to be like a little over 3 for each. So I'm going to put 3.25 and see where we're at. Okay, so I just measured all the steak. It was 39.3. I already weighed this container. It's 3 ounces, so I minus 3 ounces. Divide that by 5. It's 7.26 ounces per serving. What I may do is just put 5 ounces per each container, and then with the extra meat, I'll put that on the side for something else if I get hungry, because 5 ounces of meat is a lot. Okay guys, so now we're gonna do the rice. We're gonna do 67 grams per serving. Okay guys, this is what I did so far. I just put lettuce, chopped up some lettuce, put the sour creams in here. I was hoping I could do this all with just one Tupperware container thing, meal container, but I can't. So now I'm going to divide up all the pico, and then we're going to measure out the cheese and check in with you guys. And there you guys go. This is 5 days worth of Chipotle inspired food prep. So what I'll do is I'll heat these up, the hot items up first, and then I'll put the cold items in and mix them up. That way it tastes better instead of mixing them all up together right now. So